Hello there, guys. Here's a cool little puzzle. White to move and win this. And of course, the first thing comes to mind is a discovered check like this and threatening the queen. But that fails, obviously, because black can simply take the bishop. So that's not the right move. Instead, you should think about the right move and pause the video and see if you can find out how white is winning this. And when you return, I will show you all variations. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. So, of course, there's some sort of discovered check here. That's the key to this, and we want to win the queen. But how are we doing it? If we are trying some discovered check and blocking the queen to the bishop, well, it doesn't give us that much. Black can simply go away with his king, and we are not really threatening anything. Our pieces are spread out here, and well, there's nothing left really. A check like this doesn't give us anything. King can go practically anywhere, and black will escape. No, we have to pin up black harder than this. And of course, the starting move is to sacrifice this pawn. b5 check. You see here directly if black moves away the king, well, then there's the fork. And if we win the queen, it's all over. And the same goes if black takes this pawn with the king. Here's the same fork. It's actually a double check also. And the queen will be lost. But the question is, what happens after black takes this pawn with the queen? Now we sacrifice the pawn, and we got to find some way to win this from here. If you haven't seen it before, then you should probably pause the video again and see if you can find the solution from here. Go ahead. Okay, here we go again. So the thing is, I mean, if we move this knight anywhere, we will simply lose our bishop, and we will lose the game. And if we try something with this knight, maybe go here and get it in here with some check, well, black can simply take it with the queen and he pins our knight. This effectively stops our winning plans, and instead we will lose the game. So we cannot play knight to a4. What about just moving the king somewhere to try to get some sort of zugzwang for black? Because he doesn't want to move the queen. Then we have a discovered check, and he doesn't want to move the king because of the fork. Well, actually, the queen can move with a check in this case, and he will then be able to run away with his king, or just trying to check us all the way. There's actually no place really we can go with the king to escape some checks. Go to g3. Then the queen comes to g5 with the check. And we don't have anything after that either. So that's not a good move. What about moving the bishop to d3? That looks good because now it's covered by the knight, and then we are really threatening all kinds of discovered threats here. Well, that's not winning either because black can play queen to b4 and again pin our knight and then effectively create some space for him to run away with the king to b7 in the next move. So look at this. This is amazing move. To win from here, we play knight d3. Look at this. All the pieces are in the same diagonal, and it's really crazy. The point of putting the knight on d3 is to threat either knight c5 check or knight b4 check, with a lot of different fork opportunities and discovered check opportunities. And this is actually losing the queen for black after this. It's so cool. Obviously, he cannot take because we will move the knight, block the check, and at the same time pin the queen. And if he takes, well, the knight will be enough because this pawn will get us the victory. We will simply go and take it and then promote. So after knight d3, what can black do really? There's a lot of different places he can go with his queen, but they are all losing. Of course, he cannot move the king. It will be a check right away with the fork. So only only piece he can move is the queen. Let's look at b1 first. Well, then we have to check here. The king can only go to one place, and it's b4. And then there's a fork here. We can also put the knight on d2, doesn't matter, with the discovered check, and the queen will be lost. So here is losing right away to the same knight c5 check. Same here. The check is just disastrous. Okay, what about moving it across the fifth rank? We will look at some other later. Something like this. Well, check comes right away with a queen loss. This looks pretty interesting, queen f5. But then we have to check on b4 instead. Oops, I already gave that away. The next move, black will go with his king to b5 or b7, but the knight will come to d6 with a check or discovered check, doesn't matter, the queen will be lost. Here it's the same, fork right away. You see where we're going. This is a fork right away. Queen going back to e8, could that be something? No, not really. There's a check here, and the king is forced to b5, and then we have the fork. So actually, the queen must go to b8 to really try to fight as long as possible for black, because now we don't have any immediate discovered checks or forks. But this is still winning for white. Start with knight c5 check. Only one move. Has to go to b5. And do you see how we win from here? Here it comes. Knight e5. Discovered check. And now it's the king that has several options, but all squares. If he goes here or here, the knight will come to c6 with a fork. If it comes to here, we can use either knight of our preference to go to d7 with a check. And really, there are no other way. He can take the knight. That's the best option. At least he gets a knight for his queen, but of course, this is not winning for white. I mean, this is not winning for black, or nor can it say the draw. This is winning for white. Easy peasy. So, what a beautiful little puzzle here from the Platov brothers. The queen is being caught, but then you have to find this insane move, knight d3 in this position. What a beauty. All right, hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you later. Bye bye.